Hi guys, Tim Walker for Sheen Procs. So I'm here with Dominate from Team Liquid after their win. So I wanted to ask you about the junglers right now. So we saw from MSI and recently in the North American LCS that people are going for either early, like more early pressure junglers like Reksai. I mean, Rush is playing Lee Sin right now. Or even like you played Ekko. And why do you think, like, Cinderhulk is still really, really powerful right now? Why do you think people are going for the early pressure? Why do you think they're going for the more damage?
I always feel like early pressure is just the best way to play the game. If you can get away with playing an early game jungler in a meta, I would always go for it. And Ekko is a super strong early game jungler. He's got a 2-second stun level 1. He's got 3 slows level 2. So you're pretty strong at ganking, and the ability to build tank and not fall off is actually really useful as Ekko. So I personally really like playing the champion. I expect him to really catch on. I just wanted to be one of the first adapters of it to NA because whenever you jump on a champion early, people don't really know what you do. I mean, I know at one point that game I threw out my W. I wasn't even close enough to get the stun because you have to be in the bubble. Mm-hmm. But I think Incarnation just immediately flashed because he was just so scared. He's like, oh, that thing stuns you, but he didn't realize I needed to be in the bubble, things like that. Yeah. So always just picking up a champion early gives you a benefit, and I think the champion's really strong. I mean, I saw people playing it mid, but I want to play it too. You know, I'm a jungler. I want to have some fun too. The jungle meta is pretty fucking stale, so I just wanted to grab up the Ekko and just have some fun out there.
All right. So then I want to ask you about sort of your practice and how what teams you're facing affects your practice throughout the week.
I think that you always get different types of practice no matter who you play. We're playing a lot of the lower standing teams this week, and Gravity, who's a higher standing team, but mainly lower standing teams and then Gravity. And I think for us that helped us because all those teams are just better early game than they are mid late. So I think that our mid game team fighting, I don't feel like we normally throw games super hard, but I definitely think that you get quality practice from playing early games, and since that's what we've been struggling with, being able to scrim these teams, and if we win FF 10 minutes, if they're winning just FF, and just play the early games a lot, I think that actually helped us. I mean, sometimes you want to play the whole scrim out to try to be able to work on your mid to late game, but if you're losing every early game, you don't even get there. So I think it helped us train our early game a lot this week, and I think that this game in particular versus C9, we had a pretty strong early game.
All right. And so you guys struggled. I mean, obviously you got third last split, but you struggled a little bit. How's the team dynamic working out now that you guys seem to be a little bit more in the swing of things?
I think ever since playoffs, the team dynamic's been good. We just believe we can do well at LCS. And this week we had a horrible scrim week. We were losing to teammate 2-0, enemy with just crap on us. Gravity, we didn't win a game until the last day. And even with all those things that go wrong, we still wake up and get into the game and we're LCS, we're going to do well. We're going to win. That's how we feel. So I think we're starting to mold into the team, which I'm not happy about, that loses scrims and wins LCS, but I'll take that over the other way around. So, yeah.
For sure. All right, and then I wanted to ask you personally how your experience has been with Liquid/Curse. I know that you were kind of a different person, and LCS was a completely different thing when you played for Dignitas. But I want to know how your experience with Liquid and Curse has been.
I think it's been really good. I moved into the house and I knew everyone on a really personal level for 9 months before I even was on the main roster. So I got to know Steve, Liquid 112, really well. I have a good relationship with the owner. It's actually an owner that I can come to with problems I can talk to more on a personal level instead of oh, he's my boss. I'm super scared. So I think that's good because Steve was also in a different place than he was now. Before he was more of the manager, and then he got the whole esports division of Curse. So then he became more of a CEO type person. So I think that's good. And then I've also I knew most of the players on the team for a while. So Cop and Voy, I was there when they were having the rough split in summer to just talk them through what they could have done better, their mentalities, how they should play the game, because when you're out of the team environment, when you're not playing in the team, it's a lot easier to be objective and be all right, this is your team's strengths, this is your team's weaknesses, this is how you should play this game. I would just straight up tell Voy sometimes you need to carry this team. Right now, you need to carry this game. Pick a hard carry champion. cast it in or something and just try to go off. And that was like the best way to get them to win at the time. So I had like a pretty good relationship. And then when I moved on the team, it was kind of seamless because I guess I kind of became the shot caller of the team at that point for like the first split that I was there. And then Special joined and we kind of started doing it together. So I think it's like game to game. Like sometimes when I play like on the team, like if I'm doing really well, I'll be making like more of the calls. If Special's doing well, he'll be making the calls. Or like one of us always seems to know what to do in the game. So I think that's like pretty good for us going forward. So yeah, I mean I've had a really positive experience just from like being like just in the house, like being more of an analyst role, and then I just moved to a player, and it's been pretty seamless, and I'm pretty happy with the organization. I feel like they've been like super fair. I didn't have any of the problems that other organizations have. Like, you know, some organizations you're like, oh, like, am I gonna get paid this month? Like, I don't know, like, what's happening. But Team Liquid and Curse has always been super professional. Like, you know, like they have a lot of meetings with you. They'll be like really upfront. If they have a problem that they want you to fix, they won't just like let it like loom. They'll just be like, all right, here, like let's talk about what you could be doing better in this situation. Let's talk about like you should just be more positive at these points, like in the game, even if like people are feeding and like stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's been pretty good.
All right. I feel like it's that way with a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, man.
All right. Thanks. Cool.